On Saturday, the 30th of November, 2024, investigative journalist Fisayo Soyombo, in the course of his interview on Arise News, the morning show, stated partly that he has low trust on Nigerian public institutions and alleged that NAPTIP had somehow failed in her duty pertaining to a case of baby sales he had reported to the agency in 2023. He alleged that NAPTIP had shut him out and implied that he was not aware of the state of the case of the whereabouts of the baby. Soyombo demanded that Professor Fatima Waziri Azi, the former Director General of NAPTIP, be made to answer as to the whereabouts of the baby. He also alleged that NAPTIP shut him out.
The grouse of the army, the real grouse of the army, one, is that I did not carry them along. I won't deny that I have low trust for Nigerian public institutions. A small 2-minute diversion. Last year, I did another cover investigation on an orphanage home that was selling babies. I bought a newborn baby with 2 million naira, took the baby to NAPTIP. I looked after that baby. After I handed the baby over to NAPTIP, I sent a representative. We go there every month. Our birthday, we bought gifts, Christmas. We woke up one day, NAPTIP shut the door on us. The former DG of, I'm saying it on national TV, the last DG of NAPTIP, she has to answer the question, what happened to that? I brought that baby. I just wanted to, keep up with the progress of that baby. And one day, NAPTIP just shut the door. We just got there and they said, you can't see the baby. So how do you expect someone like me to trust public institutions? Now, I have been vindicated because I spent 3 days in military detention. Everything I told the highest levels of the army, the illegal bunkers, were telling me when I left.
Joining us now for a right of reply by NAPTIP, who will be engaging Comfort Modupe Agboko, Zonal Commander, National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, NAPTIP. Good morning and welcome to the morning show, Mrs. Agboko. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you for the privilege.
Where is the baby?
The baby is presently with the Ministry of Youth and Social Development of Lagos State.
So why is Fisayo Soyombo and his team not allowed to have access to the baby, since he was the one that rescued the baby, and now for NAPTIP to just shut him out? I don't think he could just have manufactured the allegations he made just now in that interview.
NAPTIP did not shut him out. What we told him to do was to write to NAPTIP for us to facilitate the process of seeing the baby with the Ministry of Youth and Social Development of Lagos State, because they are our partners. We operate a closed shelter. So our shelter, we don't accommodate babies there. It's for adults. But we are partnering with Ministry of Women Affairs in various states of the Federation or Ministry of Youth and Social Development. So in Lagos State, we normally forward our babies to Ministry of Youth and Social Development. And this particular baby was in our shelter for 8 months.
Do you have any information as to the level of care that that baby is receiving? And, the subsequent birthdays she had, and the man who brought her and, asked NAPTIP to look after her, what were those birthdays like? Who is taking care of her? Who is responsible for her? What's the level of care? Because anything government, that's a suspicion that has been raised here.
The baby just had one birthday in February. That was when she was a year old. So the next birthday will be 2nd of February 2025. So and the baby was celebrated in our shelter, not elsewhere, not in any government shelter, but NAPTIP shelter. We celebrated the birthday for her. So we forwarded the baby to Lagos State Ministry of Youth and Social Development on the 11th of August 2024.
Okay.
She spent 8 months in our shelter because we received her into the shelter on the 11th of April 2024.
Okay.
2023.
Okay.
2023. So she spent 8 months in our shelter.
April 2023 to August 2024?
Yeah.
That's more than 8 months.
The baby was 6 months
Yeah.
when she was brought into our shelter.
Yeah.
August 11th, 2024,
Okay.
2023.
Okay.
And she left her shelter April 11th, 2024.
Okay. All right. Okay.
That was
So you
8
moved
months.
All right. Thank you
Yes.
for clarifying that. Now, you said where the baby has been moved to.
Yes.
How about the update on the case? Because one of the things he talked about was the lack of trust in some government institutions.
Yes.
And perhaps his suspicion might be that the case just died and nothing else happened. So it'd be great to hear, following that expose, what happened and where we are in terms of progress.
The case was reported to our office on the 10th of August 2024, and we effected a raid operation at 2 orphanage homes owned by the same, the Arrows of God orphanage home. And the founder of the orphanage home has another orphanage home at Onitsha. So when we finished our investigation from this end, we now send the case file to Onitsha. We have a command in Onitsha, and they followed up. The suspect, that is the owner of the orphanage home, was arrested in October 2023. And the case was charged in May 2024 at Federal High Court, Oka. As we are talking now, as at 31st of October 2024, the case was adjourned to 8th of February 2025.
So the owner, the suspect, is she on bail or in custody?
The suspect, when the suspect was arraigned, he was granted bail for 3 million, and she was remanded at Onitsha Correctional Center on bond. But presently, it's like she has met her bail conditions. But since the arraignments, the case was adjourned to July. The court did not sit. It was also adjourned to October 31st, 2024. The court did not sit, considering the situation in the southeast. But on that October 1st and 31st, 2024, it has now been adjourned to 8th of February 2025.
Are the orphanages closed now? Have they been sealed?
They are under sealed.
Okay.
Okay.
Under supervision of the Lagos State government.
When last have you seen this baby?
To be candid, I saw the baby last the day she was taken from us by the Lagos State Ministry of Youth and Child Development.
So since the day she was taken, you've never seen this baby?
No, we will not have. We've handed the baby over to them until the case is decided in courts.
So how are you sure this baby is taken care of since you have not seen this baby?
The baby is being properly taken care of. It's not the only babies we have.
Do you have evidence?
Yes. In
How?
fact,
A baby you have not seen?
the Lagos State government, they go for monitoring in this accredited orphanage
Have
homes.
you seen the baby?
No, I've not seen the baby.
So you don't have evidence if the baby is being taken care of because you have not seen the baby.
But I normally communicate with the government officials.
Have you seen the
I've
baby?
not seen the baby.
Yeah, so there's no evidence about the quality of care for the baby. So since you left the baby with them, you have not seen the baby. You don't know what goes on with the baby. You don't know if the baby has a cough or the baby is sick and everything. You've not seen to be able to make your own assessment of the baby.
These babies that we take to, that we forward to Lagos State Ministry of Youth and Child Development, that are being taken to their different accredited orphanage homes, they are being properly taken care of.
Evidence.
But for instance, some babies that will go for DNA test, and if the DNA test prove positive, and by the time we go to collect babies from them with the court order, we discover that the babies are looking good.
No, so I'm asking you evidence on this baby. You can't say a baby is looking good that you have not seen since you just dropped the baby over to the Lagos State government. You have not seen the baby, so you have no evidence of care. So can you do something for me?
Yes.
After this interview,
Yes.
can you even make an effort to go and see the baby?
I can do.
Please do that for us.
But I want to
What
assure.
is the level of interface between your agency and this Ministry of International Development, or is it Social
Minister
Welfare?
of Youth and Social Development.
Youth and Social Development.
Yes.
Do you expect that they will send you regular reports about the child? Is there a designated officer who on a regular basis, interfaces? Do you even know where the facility that this lady, this child is being kept? Do you know where it is? Where is it?
Yes, we took her there.
Yeah, where is it? Because it could be in Epe, it could be in Ikorodu, It could be in Ajangbati, wherever.
It's at Ijegun.
Ijegun?
Yes, we took her there by ourselves.
Okay, but what is the level of interface? Do you have direct access? Maybe, even somebody you call or officers that go there, or you just hand over these children and you just move on. NAPTIP has done its job.
If we want to have access to them, we normally write officially to Ministry of Youth and Child Development.
And then that could take like 6 months before you get a response, knowing that civil servants are heavily distracted.
We follow up with
Some
phone
of
calls.
them don't even go to work regularly.
We follow up with phone calls. And in fact, the director of Child and Child Development, we work together. I can easily pick my call and call her. This particular, have you seen her letters? This particular case is like we're in court, and this is the nature of the case in court. So, and the way forward. The point is, we have many babies with them because there is no any other place. In Lagos, you cannot place a child in any home without the approval of the Lagos State government. That is their rule. So at the moment, it's based on trust, and they have never disappointed us one day since the establishment of NAPTIP for the past 20 years.
All right. First of all, I have to say that we commend the efforts of NAPTIP because we've had a lot of work that has been done, efforts to address trafficking of persons and children in this regard. Now, that case is unique because it talks about, buying babies, also illegal operation of orphanages in Lagos State, in Nigeria, and how some people, go through the back door to adopt children, even though there's supposed to be a process in place in the state. So the first question I'd like to ask you is, generally, what is the process when NAPTIP receives a case like this? So following the investigation, you're following up on the investigative side, you're also following up to ensure the baby is in good condition. What's the process there? Then what is the fate of the child? So will the child remain in the orphanage home? Have you made efforts to possibly contact the birth mother or father of the child? Is there any possibility to do that? What are the opportunities? And then how do we prevent having orphanages like this in Nigeria who, establishments under the guise of orphanages, but are just trafficking homes?
Number one, what we do in NAPTIP is, when we receive cases like this, that's why we have partners. We cannot handle it alone. Yeah. And as I said earlier, our shelter, we cannot keep babies there. Yeah. So they are our partners, Lagos State Ministry of Youth and Child Development, when it comes to handling of children. So we send these children to them. And Lagos State government, they monitor the activities of these orphanages. And they have accredited orphanages.
So how did Arrow of God fall through the cracks? Because Arrow of God must also have been monitored by Lagos State government.
Yes. Yeah. The point is, some of these orphanage homes, they will register that they want to be giving out humanitarian services. Yeah. And they will head under that umbrella and be committing crimes. Okay. Like this Arrow of God. Yeah. It was the Lagos State government is a registered orphanage home under the Lagos State government, because it was even the permanent secretary that called me. Little did she know that my DG had already given me a directive that the baby in question is already in our shelter. That is our former DG, Professor Fatima Waziri Azi. So it was when I got to the minister, to her, that I said that baby we were talking about was already in our shelter. Yeah. I've already received that in our shelter. So Lagos State government, on yearly basis, they monitor the activities of these orphanages. And there is an association of orphanage homes in Nigeria. They call them ASOHON. So, and they also monitor the activities of these orphanage homes. But there is somehow you not have some of them that are funny or that are dubious. But the moment, what we do in NAPTIP is, when such are caught, we ensure they are prosecuted. Right.
How about the fate of the child? So what happens generally for children
for
like
the child,
this?
For the child, yeah. When the case is being determined in court, yeah. It's either the child goes for fostering or adoption.
Okay.
And for the woman, that the parents of the child, yeah. We may not have opportunity of knowing the parents of the child, but we make sure that the parent, the child goes for, the Lagos State government will ensure that they give them out for fostering or permanent adoption when the case is decided in court.
Okay, so let me ask something. The Lagos State government, they don't own any orphanage. They just accredit, right?
Yes.
So it's based on the list of the accredited orphanages, which a case like Arrow of God happened that could be unscrupulous. It's just based on that list of the accredited orphanage. Then the Lagos State assigns a child to this orphanage, right?
I'm not sure if the Lagos State government own orphanages.
No, I'm saying they assign a child to this list of accredited orphanages.
Yes, yes.
This same list of accredited orphanages
Yes.
that they only inspect once in a year.
I don't work there. I work with NAPTIP.
So, and that's what I'm asking.
Yes, I work with NAPTIP.
What's the duty of care? These same unscrupulous orphanages
Yes.
that they only check once in a year,
Yes.
that they don't know what is happening daily. They don't know if kids are being tortured. Because if Fisayo Soyombo didn't do that investigative journalist job, we will not know the unscrupulous activity of these orphanages. So we don't know what's going on. So as we speak today, you say we'll write through you to Lagos State government. And Lagos State is not the holding bay of the child. They also are assigned to another third party.
They are accredited orphanages.
It's a third party now. It's not Lagos State government that built the brick and mortar. They are assigned to. It's not Lagos State that is funding the orphanage, as it were. So we don't know the fate of the child. Can you see, with this I've told you, that something is broken in our social welfare system?
I won't want to agree that they monitor once in a year, because I don't work there, but I know they do their work.
If they were monitoring, if they were doing their work, Fisayo Soyombo will not need to do the expose and bring out Arrow of God. They will have cracked it long ago.
Well, you said Soyombo should write a letter.
Yes, sir.
Now, if you were to write that letter, because I'm sure you get to see this interview, and then you take it to the Lagos State people, right? Yeah, look at that bureaucracy. How long will it take for him to be able to have access to the child? Because we know things don't work very fast. You write the letter, you will have to get approval from Abuja, then the letter will go to Ministry of Social Welfare, then some big man there will have to give approval. You know, so much bureaucracy in what could just have been a straightforward similar. Could you give us an idea how long that bureaucracy takes?
Let me start by saying that when the baby was in our shelter, he was sending his representative to come to see the baby on a monthly basis. And he had the opportunity. That was why the baby even stayed longer in our shelter. But it won't entail much bureaucracy. I don't need to contact Abuja before writing a letter to Lagos State government. The point is, Lagos State government, they don't know him. It's us that they interface with. So if he writes to us, we will facilitate how he's going to have access to the baby. And that was what we asked him to do, but he said he will not do it.
Before the baby was transferred to the custody of Lagos State government, was he informed? Was he in the know? Or he just came to NAPTIP facility only to be told that the baby has disappeared into the hands of the Lagos State government?
Why wasn't he informed?
Yeah.
Why was he not informed?
That is all the babies that we receive in the course of sale of babies. We forward them to Lagos State government.
Did you tell him that initially, at the start, when he came, when he brought the baby? That at some point, Fisayo, this baby will go to Lagos State government. Did you tell him that initially when he came?
The point is, this case was reported to my DG.
I know,
I was working on that.
But was he informed as guidelines and procedures? That
personally, I did not
point,
inform him, but I'm sure my former DG will have informed him.
If they had informed him, he wouldn't have
he
gone
won't
to
be
the
having
orphanage.
all of this now.
He wouldn't
My
have
former
gone to the
DG,
orphanage.
because he was having interaction with my former DG.
Okay.
And when the case was even charged to court, my former DG sent a text message to him and told him that this case has been charged to court. I will give you the dates when the date comes up in court.
Okay.
So he was being carried along.
Mrs. Agboko, I assume that there is still a lot of untidy, ends that will need to be tidied up, particularly at your end. That's NAPTIP, that is, that's how it comes across to me. I don't know what the impression those who are listening and watching this conversation feel, but we hope that you will do the right thing, and try to resolve whatever loose ends are involved. But thank you very much for joining us.